Hello, and welcome back to the Bible Talk Show. I'm your host, Minister Love, and I'm joined with my host, also, Minister Sandy, representing Source Outreach Ministries. Sister Sandy, can you say good afternoon to the audience today? Sister Sandy, can, are you there, Sister Sandy? Can you say good afternoon? Amen. Praise God. Well, hey, listen, we got a great lesson this afternoon. Notice that Minister Love is outside today because, in order to defeat the enemy, Satan, we got to get outside where he is on the field. So we're going to see him today as a dragon. If you've been following the Bible Talk Show, we've been discovering the different identities of Satan. And today we're going to see him as a dragon. So when we think of a dragon, we normally think of like a mythical creature, that comes up out of the sea, come out of that reptilian family. He got this big teeth and he got a long tail, and he's a monstrous like creature. So that's the character that we're going to see of Satan today. And so we've seen him as Abaddon, Apollyon, the devil, but we're going to see him today as a dragon. So to help us to get to see this revelation today with Satan as a dragon, guess what we have for you today on the Bible Talk Show? We got a reptilian style creature. That's right. Look at this. We got this right here, and this is the image that we want you to see of Satan coming in as that dragon today. And notice we're going to be coming in at Revelation 12, verse 9. But this is the image that I want you to have in your spirit. And notice the dragon. Isn't he monstrous looking? Now look at his head, a long neck, just like a serpent's neck. That's what the dragon is. He's of that serpentine creature nature. Look at the tail, just like a serpent's tail. Ain't that what we normally know Satan as that old serpent? So with this being said today, with this in mind, take this visual of this, even though it may be a colorful stuffed animal, but this is the image that a lot of people are carrying on inside of them today. And we're going to expose Satan coming in as the dragon. So let's take a look. So we're going to go ahead and go to Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. All right, Sister Sandy is there with us. So we're going to start out and take a look at verse 9, and it reads, and the what? Great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. We want to also give you the title of the lesson today. With that scripture, opening scripture, we're going to title this lesson today, You Can't Drag Me Down. That's right. When Satan comes in as a dragon, remember what we said? When he comes in with that tail, remember the purpose of the tail is to do what? Drag you. That's why he has the tail. So we're going to tell him today, you can't drag me down. And we're seeing the character and nature of Satan today right here in the world. We just look on the in the news, and we're seeing individuals are being dragged in the media, being dragged in the court. They're being dragged into social issues and stuff, just being dragged. Why? Who's behind it? That nature of Satan himself. So notice how God described him. The Bible calls him a what? Great dragon. So we're going to identify today, who did he drag down? See, we now, as children of God, we should not be dragged down by Satan's wicked ways. So, but there are some that can be dragged down. Notice what the scripture says. When that great dragon, he was identified as the what? Old serpent. Remember what we said, that this dragon, this dinosaur-like reptilian creature, he has that serpent-like body feature, the tail. Look at the neck, look just like a serpent's neck. See? So these are clearly identities of the enemy of God, which we know as Satan, coming in as a great dragon, that old serpent. And notice he's called the devil. And there he is right there, identified as Satan. So what did he do? He came down and did what? Deceived the whole world. But get this. Now, remember, the title of the lesson is You Can't Drag Me Down. But there's someone in the text that they didn't listen to God. Notice what it says. And the angels were cast out. So what does that tell us today? The angels was dragged down. How do we know that? Well, follow us along. Go with us with Sister Sandy and I. Let's take a look at Revelation chapter 12. But we will draw in on verse 2. Verse 1. Notice what it says real quickly. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun. Okay, and look at verse 2. And she, being with child, cried. So this woman is pregnant. There's a woman in the text. Now remember what we're looking for. We're looking for people that are dragged down or not dragged down by that old dragon, that old serpent, Satan himself. So let's see about this woman. Now she's pregnant and she's giving birth to a child. Now there's somebody there in the birthing room. There's somebody in the labor room ready to drag down the woman and the baby. Well, how do we know this? Well, take a look. It says in verse 3, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great what? Red dragon. Now the dragon is identified as being what? Red. So look what he does. Look what he does in verse 4. And his what? Oh, y'all remember what we said? The tail. And his what? What did the tail do? It drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the who? The woman. Well, let's see if he drugged the woman like he did the third part of the stars in heaven, which we know are the third part of the angels. A third of the angels was dragged down. We saw that in verse 9. So let's see. Let's see what happens with the woman and her child. Did he drag them down? Well, let's see. So he stood before the woman. That's us, ladies. Put ourselves there. You know, we can be faced with that enemy dragon. He want to drag us down in negativity. He want to drag us down in doubt and worry and hate and fear. But we're not going to let him drag us down. So let's see what the woman does. What happens? So it says that he stood before the woman. We're in verse 4, y'all. And which was ready to what? Be delivered. So this woman is getting ready to have her baby. That's kind of like you getting ready to have your ministry. See, your ministry inside of you, woman, is your baby. And the dragon don't want you to give birth. He wants you to miscarriage or have a still birth. But look what happens. So he was there to do what? To devour her child as soon as it was born. So he couldn't stop the delivery. So he had to get the baby as soon as the ministry comes out. You know, when God gives you an idea, when God gives you a ministry, he said, I want you to do this. Here comes Satan. You know, you're too old. You know, you can't do it. You know, you don't have education. You know, you don't have no skills. He comes with all this doubt trying to stop you from bringing forth that baby. But look what happened. But look at verse 5. And she what? Brought forth a man child. Let's take a look at this as Jesus and Mary, so to speak. Mary did bring forth Jesus, didn't she? What did that man child do that woman brought forth? What did your ministry do that you brought forth? Take a look. What was this man child to do? He was to do what? Rule all the nations with a what? Rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto who? God. So get this. Satan, the dragon, couldn't drag the woman down. How do we know? Because she was caught up unto who? God. That's how we are today. When you're doing the work of the kingdom, you're going to be caught up in the arms of God where you're going to be safe. And let's see what happened to her baby. Let's see what happened to that woman's ministry. Let's see. Well, take a look. And her child, which was the child that was caught up and to God and to his throne. So I misspoke that. I want to go back. It was the child that was caught up unto God. But look at verse 6. And now let's see what happened to the woman. Got a little ahead of myself there. I was so excited. So now let's see what happened to the woman. So the woman did what? She fled into the wilderness. Where she had a place prepared. Who prepared a place for this woman? It was God. So let's see. God took care of the woman's baby. And now God is taking care of the woman. Wow. So look at this text. The woman wasn't dragged down. The baby wasn't dragged down. God wasn't dragged down. The only ones that we saw that the Satan could drag down was the third part of those stars, which we now know is the third part of the angels. Woo-wee. Hey, we're going to end right there. Hey, sisters. Oh, no. We got a special. We want to see today. We want to tie in this dragging down today. Is Satan really operating as a dragon today? Is he trying to drag people down? You know, we take a look at these corporations today that's been found in these scandals. Take a look at Russia and Syria and Iran now. They're now being dragged into this media thing of where they've been accused of chemical attacks. Isn't that just like Satan? How he'll get you to do his dirty work, and then what he'll do? He'll drag you right on in the media. Why? Because he's going to be exposed, and he's going to expose the ones that's working with him. See, those that work with Satan are going to be dragged right on with them. Saints, believers today, let's not be caught up with the dragon. Let's not get caught up in that tail where he's going to wrap around us and choke us and squeeze us and drag us down in that murky water, the swamp, as we've been hearing lately. You know, that's where creatures live like that, reptilian creatures like this dragon, this dinosaur, the serpent. They live in waters, muddy waters, swamp like creatures, alligators, crocodiles, hippopotamus, any swamp creature you can think of, cobras, snakes, you know, moccasin snakes. That's where they live, and they're coming out of the swamp. And God is exposing the head of the serpent or the dragon. There's a leader, y'all. There's a leader out there that's corrupting God's people, and God has had enough. Hey, I'm Minister Love. We're going to end right there on the Bible Talk Show. I told you the Bible talks. All we got to do is listen. Hey, Sister Sandy, this is the part of the lesson we love. Hey, listen, tell everyone who you are, who you represent, and what did you learn out of this lesson today?
Well, praise God, praise God. I represent Source Outreach Ministries, and I'm a student of Minister Love. And the Holy Spirit is truly talking today to Minister Love. This is just so dynamic. I wanted to scream during your presentation. It's just so glorious that the Holy Spirit is with us today, showing what is going on in this world and how it represents in the Bible. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy Spirit, thank you so much today. And that's all I have to say. God bless.
God bless. And you know, I just got to add a little bonus. I was, you know, watching the news earlier, and notice who's being dragged down. Look at the head of Facebook. He's been dragged before Congress. He's now have to answer to what went on down in the swamp. That's how I see it. What happened down there in the swamp? What kind of deals was made? What kind of method did the dragon use to drag you down? Because see, now look what he's doing. He's dragging you out. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to watch out what's going on. Hey, we even saints can be caught up. We got to be careful, y'all. We got to be careful. Satan is busy, and he don't care who he drags down. But we got to be like that woman in that child. We got to be caught up with God. I'm Minister Love right here on the Bible Talk Show. And tune in next week. We got another fascinating name where we're learning about Satan in the different names and characters. I'm Minister Love with my host, Sandy at Source Outreach Ministries. God bless you all, and goodbye.